Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the Wings of Dawn. This is your boy, Son Drake. So, I'm here to answer a few questions and also give a little, I would say insight, but that doesn't sound right. So, for those of you that had questions, I really liked them. They were really interesting. And also, the devs answered questions too on their Discord, which I will leave a link down below in case you have any questions you just want to ask them. So, first one is the Wings of Dawn. Is it related to any universe like the Wings of Fire? No. It's not really related to any universe, at least none that I know of. I believe it's its own original universe, has its own history, backstory, everything like that. I believe it's supposed to be set on an alternate world where there's stuff like dinosaur like animals, and these dragons have just kind of existed. Another question I quite liked was the animals on the island, such as the buffalo and the antelope. Are they part of the island's natural ecosystem? No, they aren't. They're actually brought over from shipwrecks. Brought over from shipwrecks. So stuff like kind of like I would say kind of like how in the early 1900s there was a thylacine they accidentally let loose into South America because a ship crashed on the way to a zoo. It's kind of like that, except the animals are starting to thrive and the dragons are used to them, so they started hunting them. Another question I saw was that when is the game releasing? So they don't have an exact release date. They plan on Q2 of this year, so around April, May, June, stuff like that. There will be, I believe, three dragons when the thing releases. Um, this is the tech demo, by the way. This is not the official game yet, so you're gonna see issues with everything. And then the free demo, there will be a free demo once the Kickstarter releases the Indiegogo. So everyone's able to just, try it out and everything like that. See if they like the game. Or if they don't, that's perfectly fine. That's what the tech demo is for, the free one. You don't have to pay anything to play the game, test it out, everything like that. The three dragons will be, I believe, the Icy Crown, the Vulcan, and the Kirin. There will be AI like Antelope that the dragons can hunt, except for the Kirin. The Kirin will be an herbivore, so it won't actually eat any other animal. It'll be eating mushrooms and bushes and flowers and everything like that. Berries. But the Icy Crown and the Vulcan will be able to hunt those animals. And there will be AI predators as well, such as the Skaith, which might hunt the Kirin, I believe, since they're in the prey range. But I don't know if they'll try to hunt the Icy Crown or the Vulcan once they reach a certain size, or if they will just ignore them until the AI gets a little better. The Kickstarter, I believe, they have some price options in the Discord if you guys want to check those out. You know, kind of like 20. They prefer you guys focus on real life stuff such as gas, groceries, all these different things. But if you want to support the game, they do have Patreon up right now. Or if you want to save money until the Indiegogo or Kickstarter, they would happily wait for that. They want this game to succeed, and I do too. But they don't want to pressure you guys into buying things for them. Another question: will any of the dragons be DLC? They did actually talk about this before. All the dragons will be free. So there are Kickstarter gold dragons, kind of like the Dredgelurk, which is kind of like the Graboid. I kind of hope we actually get it. I think I'd definitely play as that guy. But the Dredgelurk and stuff like that, they are Kickstarter goals, but they are not DLC. So if the Kickstarter goals are met for those, they'll be free for everybody. So you will not pay any money to see more dragons. The dragons are just completely free for everybody. So once they're complete, they just give them to you, and then you're like, sweet, I can play that dragon now. I don't have to pay any extra. That rocks, you know? They do they do plan on more dragons in the future. I don't know how many more, but I definitely know that they plan on uh at least 4 or 5 for each element. But there's also the apex dragons, such as the Hydra. They don't really get an ability per se. Like they get a breath attack, but they don't really get like an ability. So probably the Hydra will get like a poisonous. Poisonous? No, it would be venomous, not a poisonous. Poison you had to ingest. Venom is injected, so like a snake bite would be venomous. Uh, Poison dart frog is obviously poisonous, but Hydras they may get that. Um, I know some of the dragons they plan on giving more abilities. So even though the icy crown has like an ice attack right now, they may give it something else in the future, depending on if they could get those things working. Uh, of course, there will be other AI they add to the game as well. Those will be completely free as well. And I believe they'll have a trailer coming out once the game is ready to go into early access, Kickstarter, and all of that. And again, they will have the free demo that you can test out and everything. So you can just play the game, see if you like it. If you like it, you could support them. If you don't like it, then that's perfectly fine. You know, you are your own person. Your body, your rules, I guess. I just want people to, you know, support this game because I have a lot of fun playing it, even in its really broken state right now. Of course, this is a tech demo, but I feel way better playing and supporting this game than I do other Dragon games, which shall remain unnamed. But let's just say that the devs on this one, you don't feel like jerks for supporting them, so that's good news. The next question: is there going to be a gameplay loop for the dragons? Because there is an issue with the Isle. This person said because they don't have much gameplay loop. There is actually. So with the dragons, each dragon you play is kind of like old Isle progression. So you play as the little dragons first, and then once you're done with that life cycle, you continue on to the next dragon. But unlike the old progression days of the Isle, when you die as the dragon, you don't start back at the start. You just spawn as the young dragon on the level you're playing as. So like say, hey, I unlocked the Volgan, but I died because of some stupid, humans hunted me. Well, you don't go back to the little Valad, the little smoke screen dragon. You just go back to a baby Volgan. If you unlock all the dragons in a certain tier, they do plan on achievements. So you may see achievements for that, but that's when you unlock the apexes, like the Hydra and everything like that. Let's see here. Will there be base building? There will be, actually. They do plan on, if I remember correctly, they do plan on base building, so it'll be kind of like the forest with pre-made structures, I believe. So you won't see rust structures that look a little promiscuous or suspicious. You'll see more like the forest where you just build a little hut and everything like that. And there will be shellopods, which are the sauropods with like tortoise shells. You'll be able to make mobile bases on them that can just move around. But because of this, you won't. If that shelopod dies, then all your stuff goes with it, obviously. But and it takes so much time and so much resources that you can really only have one at a time. So you got to be careful. Another question. Will humans, nomads, dragons have different statuses? Is that what that question says? So, with the nomads, I actually had talked to the devs about this. Really nice people, by the way. With the nomads, you get the humans and the dragons that ride with the humans. So the humans, they're obviously not welcome into cities or towns or anything, so you can't really trade with anyone. And the dragons on the nomad side, they're weaker, so you can ride those dragons, but you aren't riding full strength dragons. They're smaller, they're weaker, they're gonna have less breath attacks and everything like that. So you won't be able to super raid bases. You can, but it's just not like a real dragon, like the wild dragons, who kind of just like, where they're full size, they're full strength, they have more breath ability. They're used to being wild. So it's kind of like a pig versus a boar. A pig gets big, but a boar is stronger, better, faster because it's wild, Or like animals in a zoo. A lion obviously isn't going to be chasing down all these zebras and antelopes and everything. It's a lion in a zoo. It's going to be fed, it's going to be cared for, so it may live longer, but it's not going to, it's not going to be the strongest lion there is. Whereas normal humans, they do get chelopods and different tamed animals, but they're not going to be riding dragons. You have to be like, you have to spawn in a specific point for those. So like with the nomads, they may look different. I don't know how they'll look different, but there will be something that differentiates them than compared to the regular humans. And the regular humans, since they don't like dragons, they're not gonna buddy up with the nomads. They're gonna think they're, jerks. They're betraying humanity, all of that stuff. And because of this, you're gonna see maybe nomads trying to raid human bases, or humans hunting down dragons, or attacking nomads and stuff like that. So, like, nomads, you get to ride dragons, but those dragons aren't full strength. Dragons, you aren't really able to build anything except maybe nests, and you don't really hang around humans, and you're not hand fed. And the humans, they don't get to ride dragons, but you get all these cities and human AI and everything. Alright, next question. Is there going to be dragon AI? No. They said pretty explicitly there won't be dragon AI. There will be dragon-like animals, like the Williams and the Skaith. Those are AI, and they are tameable. But as far as the devs have said, no, there's no AI dragon. So when you see a dragon flying in the air, that's a player. So they're probably gonna react differently. So like a Volgan, they may want to hunt you and eat you, but something like an Exo or like a maybe Kieran, they may not want to have anything to do with you. They may just ignore you or just vibe. Kind of like horses or zebras. They don't outright attack you, but they're probably not gonna be your best friend suddenly. Will some AI be okay with some dragons? So with the Kieran, I believe it's actually going to be pretty chill around antelopes since it's a herbivore. Uh, with the Kieran, since they don't hunt animals, most animals are going to be pretty okay around them. So stuff like Skaith are probably going to try to hunt Kierans, but stuff like an antelope or a Black Death will kind of like vibe around you. They won't hate you, but they won't like you at the same time. They'll just be like, oh, there's a Kieran there. Well, anyway, kind of like that. Um, but if you're like a Volgan, they're probably gonna try to run away from you, or try to hide, or try to defend themselves from you. Even if you just land and decide to chill there, they're still gonna run away because you're a big carnivore. Another question: do they plan on coming to consoles? The game's really early in development. They haven't really considered that. If they ever do consoles, it'd probably be way later in the game's life cycle. Probably once the game itself is complete, maybe that's when they start considering consoles. Um, But as far as I know, they have no current plans to do consoles. But that's as far as I know. You know, things change in development and everything like that. So, another question. Um, let's see a good one. Oh, right, servers. So it says here, one person asked, will there be dragon only or human only servers? Yes, they actually do plan on stuff like that. They also plan on people being able to customize their own servers. So realism servers will be able to have all these things. Or player versus player PvP servers will definitely have their own rules and spawn rates and everything like that. You could turn on or off AI. All right, let's pick one last question. Let's see. Will there be multiple maps? Yes, there will. They're actually working on another map as we speak. It's more of a desert map. They've actually shown it off on streams in the Discord. So if you ever want to go check out those streams, there is people like Noah, one of the map makers, I believe. He'll usually stream him working on this map and another map. Uh, they do also want to update this map that I'm on right now, add swamps and stuff to it, so you'll get different environments that you haven't seen in videos before, which will be really nice. They also do streams on animations on YouTube, so if you guys want to check that out, I'll leave a link below. So, let's get to the YouTubey part. I know you guys don't like hearing this. Really appreciate you guys sticking around. I believe right now, as of this video, I have 23 subscribers. I really appreciate you guys just sticking around, liking my videos, or disliking them. Even if you don't like them, then you know, hey, you took your time out of your day to watch it, and I really appreciate that. So, I hope you liked the video, and I hope you have a wonderful day. All right, see you later.